But he's got some from Shanda.
That's right. Yeah. All right. First thing I'm going to do is turn off my phone. Okay, everybody want to do that? All right. Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dave Tucker. I'm Vice President for Workforce Development and Community Services here at Vincennes University, and it's my pleasure to get to MC this graduation ceremony for Walmart Associate Tech A2T cohort number 4. What a great pleasure it is to be a part of this program, to have been able to follow along with this group of graduates from start to finish today. We welcome all of our guests, family and friends, and work colleagues who've come to graduation today in person. We're online, so I know we've got some guests that are also attending via Zoom, and welcome everybody who is able to get here online. We very much appreciate the support that family members and friends have given to our students throughout this period. We also very much appreciate the support that we get from building management, who helped select these students to come into the A2T program and are going to welcome them back into various facilities upon graduation as technicians. To get things started today, I want to introduce my boss, the president of Vincennes University, one of the most keen supporters of what VU does in business and industry training, and particularly its Walmart program. Chuck's been key to everything that we do as far as residential training is concerned. We're unique as a university in running a full-time university with traditional students, then also in these programs doing this adult learning in a residential training kind of environment. Not a whole lot of schools do that. We're really proud to do it. We're really proud to be a partner with Walmart, and I can't thank Chuck for all of his support that he gives our area, but as well as our corporate partners in new training. So I'm going to introduce President of the University, Chuck Johnson.
Well, I'm delighted to be here with you all today to celebrate family and friends and those online. I hope you all feel like you're ready to go back to work, get back to home, and you're coming away from it in a little bit bigger hat size. It looks like you have a couple hats on. Your head's been filled a little bit more with some knowledge and skills. And these are the kinds of programs that I think are not only unique and exciting for Vincennes University, but I think they're exciting for our country to see the kind of skills that we are developing that help propel our economy, our communities forward. We know that this is a starting point for you, that's going to help you make a difference in your careers and make a difference in the lives of your family and loved ones. We also know that this is something that probably wasn't a singular journey, that there were folks here in this room or who are online joining us who maybe gave you a little encouragement and said, it's Vincennes place. I don't know if I like it or not. I miss being home. I want to get back to what I was doing before. I enjoy my life. I'm here studying and working hard. Could you please help me and join me in congratulating family and friends who are with you part of this journey? And I'm guessing that there were probably some other folks here who maybe a little extra time to help you figure something out, or work on on a problem or get over the hump on skills you're developing. Our faculty took interest in you and gave you the time and the expertise that they had to help you become experts yourself. You please join me in thanking our faculty and staff. You know, if you see Vincennes University's official seal, you see a torch flame, you see our Vincennes University logo, the flame inside Vincennes University knee. And there's a good reason for that, because learning is really kind of lighting a fire. In fact, Plutarch, the Greco-Roman philosopher, nearly 2,000 years ago, said, "The mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a flame to be kindled." And hopefully that's what's happened for you all. You've gotten new skills, you've learned new things, you've developed capabilities perhaps you didn't have before. But hopefully what this means is it's just the start. It's a spark that's been lit. It's something that will allow you to continue to grow and learn and develop. Because we know technology is not going to slow down. We know that the world is going to change on us. And the more adaptable you are, the more you kindle that flame in your mind, the more you're going to be able to stay relevant, add productivity, and add success to your careers. So I want to thank you for allowing Vincennes University to provide a little bit of kindling for that and giving you the start. And I congratulate you and thank you for being on this journey and look forward to seeing great things for you. You can always come back to you anytime online or on the ground to finish up that degree. So thank you. Take care.
All right, thanks again, Chuck, for being here today and for all the support that you lend to this program. We have, since the start of discussions with Walmart about the A2T program, one person's been a fixture throughout this process. I don't think we could have gotten this program up and going. We certainly wouldn't be in the position that we are today running the program without the very important help that we have from Shanda Nickson. Shanda's Senior Manager, Reliability Center of Excellence at Walmart. I know that our trainees are familiar with Shanda. We're very familiar with her staff-wise. Shanda, you've just been such a great business partner as well as a friend and professional colleague. So welcome.
Always a pleasure for me to get to come back and do these graduations, because I see you from the beginning and see the progress that you make over a very, very short amount of time. 12 weeks seems like a long time, but it is nothing. Like that is like, when you think about all the things that you had to learn over the last 12 weeks, that probably was, like, when you talk about needing a bigger hat, I would imagine, right? You know, it's one of the pleasures that I have to be part of this program. You know, I'm a long-term associate with Walmart. I'm about to hit 31 years, and I'm not even sure where that went, but anyway. And I will tell you, it is to know that even after that many years, we are still investing in our associates. That's what drives me. Is to know that we can develop a program that can change an associate's life. Is amazing. It's amazing to work for a company that sees that investment. For those of you that are in here that may not know, as a company, and as we're not the only company, but companies are automating, right? And when you automate to make life easier for people, then it comes with other challenges, and that means that you have a lot of machinery that requires a lot of people to work on. And so, you know, what better way to give an associate an opportunity to make a new career for themselves by doing education to do that, so that we also fit the needs that we have for our future. And that's what it's all about. Some of you may know about our associate driver program, right? So that's how we hope to solve some of those issues, but also in the meantime, give an associate a better way to start a new career, which is also better for your family, right? And I know talking with different associates through these, you know, actually now it's been, you know, for over a year or so through these programs, is that, you know, that's the goal for you all typically, is that you want to make a better life for yourself and for your family. And I hopefully that you've seen that these last 12 weeks have been a great sacrifice sacrifice for you so that you can accomplish that goal for yourself and for your family. So I really appreciate everybody calling out for the support from the family, because that to me is important. We couldn't do this without the families. We could not do this without the support of your facilities, and giving you that opportunity and taking that chance. So we really appreciate those folks as well. And then, you know, I just appreciate you for investing in yourselves. That's not easy, right? There's a lot of people that go their entire lives and don't take a chance on themselves and better themselves. But I would challenge you with this is don't let this be the end. You own your own development. You have to continue to invest in yourself. We've laid a foundation here, but it's up to you to continue to grow and to continue to educate yourself more and more and build upon that foundation. So take away from that, you know, you're not done yet. This is just the beginning, okay? I also think it's important to understand kind of from the associate experience, kind of what it was like, what drives you, what was this whole experience all for. So Mr. Joseph Paper has said that he would not be, or that he would be okay with coming up and talking, right? Oh, no further questions? Yeah.
Oh, no.
Come on, you can do this. This is encouraging. This was my good question. Oh, you forgot. Oh, no. So we're gonna wing this. This is gonna be straight off the top of his head, right? So this is gonna be true, right? Okay. So just tell us this. What made you decide to do this?
Like you said, with well, every actually said everything's evolving constantly. We're going into AI or into automation. So I knew that was the future. So I'm looking at my foot, you know, ready for the future. Like you said, continue growing to learn more. So we had to deal with the upcoming changes in front of all of us. So, and also, like you said, we want to support other people's families, and I feel like Walmart does that by buying food, groceries, and all the products for people, and making that easier on us to get it out. It's going to help everybody in the long run.
Yes, absolutely. Like, I think when COVID happened, I think we realized how important what we do is in our communities, right? And so, you know, that definitely is one of those pieces that should let you know how important what you do is. So what has been, kind of going through this program, what has been the most challenging thing for you? And how did you overcome it?
I can speak for all of this is with the amount of information we had to absorb in a short amount of time, and gain something out of it, not just do it and, you know, go move on to the next one. You actually have to retain information so that way when you are up, you know, all you have to pass the class and get with it. We all get a group down together, you know, help each other out when you are social.
And that's important, is that you're learning in a controlled environment. The big piece of that is taking that from here and going back here these days, and then seeing how does that fit inside of your distribution center, right? And everybody's distribution center. Yes.
Some different ones about your facility. A couple of similar, but most of them.
Yeah. You have different levels of automation in different facilities, right? And so comes different problems, different equipment, different vendors, all those different things. So we've got a lot to learn still, right? Again, this is just kind of the scratches the surface. What has this particular cohort been like for you? What have you learned from the Hope Center?
The Walmart culture is strong. I mean, all of us, we found that like we came together like a family. You know, that was something they expected about all of us in different states and walk of life. They'll come here, you know, someone split up, pretty much there's a little bit of that, but mostly we were all get together. You know, we didn't go behind.
And I wish I had this picture to pop up. This is the street again.
Yeah, we changed.
Yeah, seriously, right? There's like more than half of them when you got electric scooters, and then can you explain like what the Burger King hat, and he doesn't have his cape on.
So one day, I was wearing poncho and I had the Burger King crown on, and they said I looked like a skin from a video game. So that was my skin to wear. When I ride the scooter, it looks like I got a cape.
Yeah, you get a rain poncho and you came walking in this morning, I was like, oh my
I'm already
goodness.
have my own captain now.
All right, so last question is, what advice would you give to someone who's considering?
Definitely, I mean, reach some potential. You said earlier, I mean, we all got to look ourselves up. This program has a lot of resources for you to do that. You know, it's like, you just got to get it. But in time to get it, and then after that, I mean, they've already put in all the groundwork to make sure the information gets to you learn. It's a great program.
And Joseph, I forgot to ask you this, where are you from and how long you been with Walmart, what you did before you came?
With Walmart? So, been with Walmart for 8 years. I'm from Louisiana, Robert, Louisiana, 6057. But I was in CSD for 3 years. I was a trainer to train new employees, some of the relatively all information, resources so they can do their jobs correctly, safely, and easily. So that was my whole thing about always trying to find the easiest way to do something, because everybody has, their own way that they're gonna understand things. But if you can help that person find an easier way to do it, their life will be able to job.
Well, thank you for being part of the program.
That's all.
And Robert, those are, he's part of the CSD, or was part of CSD for tenure. And I actually have moved over to the CSD Centers of Excellence, and that's led by our Senior Director, Patricia Lee. She's actually here to join us this time, so I'll introduce him. We'll give him a hand.
Hi, good morning. Good afternoon. So my name is Patricio Leach. First, want to start off with thanking Dave, John, and the staff, faculty here for having us, and the students and the family for everything you put in these last weeks here in Vincennes. So my background, I'll tell a little bit of a story. So I have currently responsibilities for CSD across supply chain, and I'll get back to that at the end. But my journey has started, I'm from Argentina. Any Spanish speakers here? I know there's a few because I've already spoken. Soccer players? Anyone? Yeah. That Ivory Coast present? So I started as an hourly associate in Argentina, working in store operations. So running in the store. My first job was actually unpacking bananas in Argentina. We opened our first super center in Argentina. So I started there, and I worked my way up in the store. I kind of went from area to area, so that part of the business. And then after 4 years, moved out of that, moved into supply chain or logistics. So worked in the warehouse as an area manager, in receiving, and went my way up to become general manager of that site. During that journey, I had the opportunity to travel to Mexico, Germany, support some sites that were coming live. So we had operations in Germany at one point, and they were starting the logistics operations. So I was asked to help them put that and get it up and running. I then worked in Argentina for about 15 years, and I went to Chile and worked for 7 years there. We have operations in Chile. It was when I moved to Chile, it was actually a different company. It was called DNS. So I worked for them for 3 years, and then Walmart bought them over. So I guess they can't get rid of me. That's how I came back to the family. So I finished my journey in Chile, 7 years. I went to Argentina for a couple of years, and then transitioned to the US. And I've been here for now 12 years. So all in all, I've been like 30 plus years in Walmart. I say over that, my last role and my current role is in CSD. And every role I've been in, I've enjoyed working with people. And in the years as I visited sites, people come up and say, hey, you made a difference to me, and this is what happened, right? So I say all of that because you have an opportunity to go out of here and make a difference to someone else, and that's telling them about your experience. You made a big decision at one point when you said, I wanted to join this program, because it is a career change. It is, in my view, the start of a journey. And I had the opportunity to work with this company and do all the things I did because I made different choices at a certain moment. You made the choice of getting into this program, and now you're graduating. But this, in my view, is just the starting point of wherever you want to reach. This is not the limit. This group is not the limit. The limit, each one of you are going to put that limit to yourself. So I just told my story because I wanted to paint a picture of I've been able to navigate around the world and around the company in different jobs and different roles, and anyone can do it. Right? It's up to each one of you to make the decision and get on that journey. So I just want to close it up by congratulating every one of you and hoping to get additional feedback from you as you step in back to your DC, so that we can take that feedback and make this even better for those that come behind you. So thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Patricio. Thank you for being here with this graduation and making your first trip to Vincennes University. I'm a Premier League fan myself, and I very much appreciate Patricio not starting fighting words with our faculty or our American people by calling the game football. But it is football, right? I mean, come on. But thank you very much for being here. Really do appreciate that. You know, when we had our first meetings with Shanda, you know, we're talking about a program that's very sophisticated. You've been through all this training. You've gotten these SOCA certifications. You've been in here all day, every day, Monday through Friday for the last 12 weeks. And we knew we were building something really, really, really sophisticated, really, really challenging. At the same time, you know, one of the things that just, I think, made things make so much sense between VU and Walmart was that, you know, Shanda's got this sophisticated organization that she's bringing together this program on. But she said, Dave, just remember, Walmart just one big grocery store. And that was something that's always, it's resonated, I think, with me and with everyone at VU, because a lot of people view what we do as this university, this higher institution, place of learning, and we're just another school. And we're just so glad that we're able to take, you know, the family environment, the nurturing environments that we both have, but then do some really extraordinary work. So it's just so great to be partnered with Walmart on this program. I do want folks who are here attending as guests to see the back page of this, because when we're talking about these students, the variability of the students. Here we are on cohort 4. It's really important, as Patricio said, to give feedback to Walmart on how your experience has been. We're also very interested in getting your feedback, because our intention is to improve what we do every time we come through it. But this is cohort 4. We've got 20 graduates in the program. The average age is 33 years old. You know, you're adults. You've been through a lot in life already before you got here. You're going to do a lot more. But we've tried to bring the training and the education to a level for an average age of 33. We know we aren't teaching 18 and 19-year-olds. And we've tried to bring that type of learning experience to you. At the same time, we've also tried to give you the college student experience, you know, living here on campus, being able to take advantage of some student life things, and getting away and really investing yourself for 12 weeks in an educational experience. We've got 7 states represented here. You're all earning 5 college credit hours from from VU, you pull down 6 silver socket certificates and 5 gold certificates. So really, really hard work, really, really great work by all of you. I can go sell this program or try to sell it to Shanda and Patricio all day long. The folks who are going to sell this program are you, relating the experiences that you've had, the positive things that you pulled out of it, and some of the things that we could improve on. We certainly want to hear that. The other thing is, I'm not going to be in your buildings. You're going to be back in your buildings. And Walmart needs a lot of automation things. Walmart is not going to go backwards to manual operations. They're going to continue to move forward in automation. They're going to continue to need techs. They're going to need for you to become better at what you do, more knowledgeable, to adopt the new technology that comes on. But also they're going to need more people to go to the Associate to Tech program. You're going to be our best salesman. Whether it's people in your buildings, whether it's people that you know at other facilities, sharing your experience with other folks who have the same kind of aptitude, who have the same kind of personal drive, who have the same kind of desire for opportunity. Find those people and encourage them to get in this program, if you will. We think no graduation is complete without hearing from our students. And so we always like to have student speakers at each one of our graduations. These are special too because, as our guests have kind of heard, 20 people come in. Maybe there are a few from the same facilities. Maybe there's some people who've had some experience knowing other people. But by and large, you're all strangers when you get here, right? And you're all going to go back to various places when you graduate, but you're all going to come out as technicians. And in order for all of you to come out as technicians, you've got to share in your experience. I know how well this group has come together from the standpoint of having study groups, helping each other out on various things, and getting everybody through. So our first student speaker today is Julian Bice-Bey. Julian?
Well, thank you all for coming. We're down here for our graduation. In terms of experiences, I would like to explain in terms of learning everything here is that it is a very good experience to come down here to learn about the basics, looking at how things work in the world. Since I've done this experience, I can now look at things around the world that it looks. I know how it works, and I now have the skills to fix it essentially, and also to design and create things just for this 3 months. And so I really like to thank our instructors for encouraging and providing us the materials and skills to complete this program. And I'd also like to thank our facility for encouraging us and to give us the task to get a better program. Finally, thank you to my cohort. You guys have been fantastic these last 3 months. It was a pleasure working with you guys, studying with you guys, hanging out with you guys. I'm really going to miss you all. A few words I have to say is please be safe. I encourage you guys to do future endeavors and have fun, because it is a job, but also at the same time, the skills that we learned here today help us improve our lives throughout the future. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Julian. Next up, as a student speaker is Benjamin Huffman. Benjamin.
So you want to be in maintenance. So, I guess what you do is travel to Vincennes, and then you end the training, and you get educated, and you become smart. But one thing you didn't plan on, you didn't anticipate one thing, and that was party time. Little meter in, meter out joke. So, you sure you guys got that? Yeah. What I mean by that is that I didn't anticipate how much fun I was going to have. That's what that really means. Not just in the training, the schooling, but just hanging out with everybody. Even the bowling that we did, I didn't anticipate getting one of the lowest scores that I ever had in my life, my entire life bowling. But I had a good time, and I had a really fun time because of everybody I was hanging out with. And I didn't anticipate having fun, as much fun as I did at the pool. Just hanging out with everybody. It wasn't just a pool, even though it's got like a whirlpool and like a hot tub and all that stuff's pretty fun. But it was the people that I was hanging out with that made it fun as well. Especially times that we were in the hot tub and we were just having deep discussions, just relaxing. So I didn't anticipate having those kind of connections and that kind of fun. Even the learning was fun. We were just joking around and still learning at the same time. And I really enjoyed it. I didn't anticipate going to the diner for the good food. Okay, I'm glad everybody's gonna get laughing. It wasn't bad. The ice cream was my favorite. But it helped us to survive and so that we could learn. But then there came a time when scooters came around. And scooters are kind of like gremlins. You really shouldn't feed them past midnight because they reproduce. Soon, 2 becomes 4, 8 becomes 10, and then even the older generation that says they don't want a scooter. And I didn't anticipate how much fun I was going to have with the scooter and hanging out and just traveling around town. Not just going to school and to class, but on the weekends, just going and hanging out and doing scooter things and talking with everybody and just chatting it up. So for me, that was fun. I didn't anticipate that we were going to use our skills to maintenance these scooters. And I'm not going to do details on it, but there's an instance where I was talking to myself. There's a little angel on this shoulder, and there's a little devil on this shoulder. And the one angel on this shoulder was like, you know, you might want to be ready to call the fire department. And then this angel over here, this devil, maybe the devil angel, was saying, you really can't do anything because you're laughing so damn hard. You got tears in your eyes. You're not going to be able to do anything. I'm exaggerating. It wasn't anything like that, but I did laugh. It was a hearty laugh. And I did have tears in my eyes. But they were tears of laughter. So those are the type of things that I really remember. And also I remember a particular event that I wasn't anticipating. Two of our students decided to race against each other. And it became like a spectacle and a half. It became like an event, like a UFC event, you know, all this fight. And everything going on, and I'm like, man, I can't wait for this to happen. And it was one of those things I did not anticipate how much fun I was gonna have at that event. It didn't matter who won, who lost. I know everybody like thinks that, but to me it was I had so much fun. And then there was certain individuals that would grill out. And I didn't anticipate how generous these people would be with cooking and with food and just talking and just hanging out. And I really just had a good time. And I want to thank those people. They know who they are. I'm not going to mention them, but we all know who they are. So really appreciate that. I really appreciate the generosity. And I did not anticipate the kindness when we had students in our cohorts that didn't understand something. We had people stand up and say, well, let's go and let's form this study group and we'll learn together. And I really respected those individuals for standing up and helping others. But I also respect those people who actually said, I don't understand, and took the courage and set their ego aside, I really don't understand this, I need help. That takes a lot of courage to do something like that, to build your character and say you don't understand so you can. I really respect both sides, and I appreciate it. Last of all, I have anticipated this moment where we all have earned the right to be here. And now, party time.
Thanks again, Benjamin. These programs are unique from the standpoint of the education that's required. In the, what we do in the classrooms, traditional classrooms, is we have very smart people who have lots and lots of knowledge, and their job is to take their knowledge and put it in the heads of our traditional students. And what we do over and above what we do on our regular campuses is, yes, we have really, really smart people who take knowledge from their head and out of the books and put it into our students' heads. But the extra piece, which is most important, because this is what you're gonna have to do on Monday, or the next shift that you cover, is they take the skills that they have in their hands and they move that so that you've got the skills in your hands. And that's unique to these types of training programs. And it takes a special type of person to have both of those sets of skills, to be able to convey knowledge to be able to convey hands-on skills. The other thing that I think this class knows, but I think our family members, friends, professional colleagues need to understand is every instructor that we have in this program has been in a technician's shoes. Every one of them have years of experience being on the line when the line goes down, and it's very important to bring that line back up. Every one of these folks has been in a situation where they can analyze the situation and make sure that that preventative maintenance takes place now rather than wait until the line goes down. And so it's just a really special group of people that I get to work with. Want to introduce the folks who administer the program: Jerry Rubel, Brett McCandless, Rachel Urban. Thank you so much for everything that you do. And then all of our instructors: Joshua Brett, UB Holland, Charles Martin, Leslie Rourke, Dan Stanescu, and then the two folks who are going to speak on behalf of the faculty today. And so the first faculty member that I'd like to introduce is Rockie Wolfe. Rockie.
Okay. So there's always one thing up here when I get up here. So I could be as director on this week, talking about all these folks. Tam showed up Wednesday morning in this week. But I get up here and I'm nervous as heck. The second thing that's new today that I hear was Paul and Larry. So if I have Paul and Larry, my speech is going to be one word. You know. So one thing about this group, not to talk to the students, been working with every instructor available here, and folks got that. Also, not talking need to hear from all instructors about that word about English. So this is a testament that you're good work ethics. So I apologize for that. So actually, I think we're lucky to listen to all the history and stories from all the different instructors. But with that said, we got your stories. Okay? So like you said earlier, you're not fresh out of high school. You got a lot of good stories, what we call shop talk, and now you're going to be getting work experience. Build on that shop talk. So it's a great conversation. So, like I said, and on this journey, don't forget to focus on safety. Okay? You got a long journey, and want to make sure that, the type of things where there's this thing called maintenance intuition. You don't see it, don't realize it, but you know something just happened. Okay? So with that, it's always okay to ask for tricks and advice. Say something I feel like. The other one is never get in a hurry. Okay, so that's when something bad happens and happens quick. I know this one, I'm not afraid my finger. My friend boy said, go this way, go this way, and this way. And the good stuff that's going to come from this year, like the cars, maybe the house, the vacation. So be careful with those distractions. You earn the right. The workplace, like I say, it's kind of in that focus with that. And then graduation, we always vision prosperity and success. But as I look across this room, I see one versions of prosperity or success. It could be simply you want to high, then you want to go fishing, lifetime on lake. You might want to do that, walking out, or you might want to travel. Walmart has a lot of facilities and opportunities for travel. And so that's a good thing about Walmart. Besides that, all these different versions of you see as prosperity or success on my overall work. So that's always a good thing looking for side of the country as well. So closing, I'm going to keep it short. I had a student one time, and say, the school, I'm going to make it proud. And my response to that student was, if you want me to be proud of you, you be proud. Every one of you, obviously, should be proud of yourself, and this is a great achievement, and of course, a lot of sacrifice.
Thank you, Rockie. And our next faculty speaker today is Larry Tennant. Larry.
Well, look at y'all. You ever been to a buffet, the last one at 9, and you're looking at with croutons and cheese? Welcome everybody. It's really great to see you doing like this. I am going to identify something, the scooter issue, but there's much about. Imagine a 15-year-old starting out while I forget. Once they go through a little bit of electricity, all of a sudden you're out there eating lunch, you see scooters going faster and faster and faster, and then one of them's dead. Oh, what did you do for scooter? You guys came here 12 weeks ago. You didn't know each other. Okay. You didn't want to know each other. You wanted to go to training, get out of here, get back to work. Okay. You didn't want to build a relationship. Didn't want, I don't want, I'm not gonna. You went drunk. Gonna get trained, gonna get out of here. Look at what you've done in 12 weeks. Not just the technical knowledge you've got. And by the way, you did this yourself. We gave you information. You took it and ran with it. If a surgeon doesn't take the scalpel and use it, he's of no use. You took what you were given and you applied it, and you used it, and you took it, and you held on to it. That's what you're supposed to do. It's good. It's good. So be proud of yourself. You did good. You did very good. I would also be remiss if I didn't give you some challenges, right? Because that's the cheese of the croutons. Be the best at what you're doing. It doesn't matter what it is. Be the best you can possibly be. Put in the effort. Put in the extra effort. Be the person that takes on the weird job that nobody else wants to touch. Take the time to do the job right. We've had this discussion, typically in a factory, nobody's going to praise you for taking an extra hour to fix something that has been patched together over and over again for months and months and months. But they won't complain about it. Okay? The key to being happy in your workplace is knowing that you did the best job you can do. And by the way, welcome to day one, the rest of the training, because it's going to go on for the rest of your life. You guys are talking to each other. Things are going to change. This is going to change. They're going to be absolutely they will. You guys are up to the challenge for following. You can do it. Instead of decide that's what you're going to do. Challenge 2, have a balance. Okay? It's the little ones up here. Those are important. Set your life priorities, keep a balance. You're no good to anybody if you don't take care of you. Rockie said another one, safety. Okay? Your priority 1. You can't do anything for anybody if you're hurt. Fair enough. Also, some things you can do that cost you nothing. Go forward. What you've learned, don't get into the mindset of nobody ever showed me, why would I show him? Take that person aside. y'all, I've listened to you talk to each other, so I know that there's a teacher inside of each and every one of you. I've heard it. Matter of fact, sometimes it gets out of hand. I think what we say, don't start a seminar in the middle of a lecture. Now, if you didn't know these people and you heard them talking, as soon as one of them had a question, they all turned and started explaining it at the same time, which was good. Up to a point, but no, they were awesome. And you hear them talking to each other all the time. You hear them laugh. You hear them talk. You hear the explanation. And as an instructor, you go, that's pretty good. You got it. And then the other person goes, well, what you need is this. I go, yeah. And then they go, awesome job. You guys were a lot of fun to be with. You've got the capability. But it doesn't cost anything to be kind. It doesn't cost anything to be helpful. It's not going to cost you anything to do your very best. Please keep in contact with one another. It'll be a big help to have that network of people. And keep in contact here. You need something? You know where we're at. Get a hold of us. And to all of you, congratulations. You did it.
All right, thank you, Larry. Now comes the social time, awarding the certificates. Brett McCandless is going to do that. What I would ask, because we're all wearing caps and gowns, will all the graduates please stand? By the power vested in me, by the Vincennes University Board of Trustees, and by virtue of the faculty here at Vincennes University approving the awards that we're going to give right now, I now confer upon you the certificates of completion in the Associate Tech program with Walmart in Vincennes University. You may now turn your tassels from right to left. Meet the newest graduates of the Associate Tech program. All right. Please be seated again. First, going to read your names as you come up. We're going to hand you certificates. Michelle's going to take photos. Family members, feel free to come over and take photos as the certificates are awarded. But also afterwards, feel free to take all the photos that you want in front of the banner or anywhere else. And ready to go? All right, thanks.
Joey Allgood. Julian Bice-Bey. Dalton Billy. Jose Hernandez. Joseph Cooper.
Jason Cruz. Brandon Faulkner. Rodolfo Gadilla. Ashton Gilmore Johnson. Liam Goodman. Jacob Holloway. Benjamin Huffman. Nathan Langfeld. Tyler Temple. Ron McCandless. Clayton. Franklin Necessary. Roberto Ramirez. Devon Scott. Ayenu Bengta.
We've got a few parting words from Brett. If the graduates don't mind sticking around for a minute after we conclude for a group photo in front of the banner, we'd like to do that. And then we will send you on your way. I think Rochelle will have these photos up sometime either yet today or sometime soon. So you'll have all those photos. Like I said, feel free to stick around and take photos with the family and other folks. To the graduates, congratulations. To family and friends, thank you very much for all your support. For our colleagues at Walmart, thank you so much for everything that you do to support this program. And I'll turn it over to Brett. Thanks.
Just quick wrap up. Just want to say congratulations to all of you. Well deserved. We know that this isn't easy, and you all able to get through completed. So, a big feeling of accomplishment for all of you. We want to say, thank you if you came here serious about learning. We do appreciate that. So, as you know, instructors, administrators, whatever, we always appreciate when people are here are serious about why they're here. And I think you were. And just want you to know that goes recognized, and we do appreciate that. And so just hope you all have great success. Get back to your jobs, be safe. And last word of advice here is make sure you turn in your rent key before you leave. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, graduates, group photo.